Greetings, I'm Chappers.
And I'm the captain.
And welcome to this beautiful, sunny, warm, it's really cold.
It's freezing cold.
It's not
nearly
sunny.
Christmas. Can you see? Look. And I've gone to all the effort of having a Christmas tree.
And I'm wearing Star
Christmas
Wars
socks.
socks
Oh,
in
Star
the B-cam.
So, this is some quite exciting news. PRS, who, as you guys well know, have a stunning range of very desirable and top-of-the-range American-made guitars, and over the last few years have sort of gradually filtered that range down into some more affordable sort of price points with the SE series, which is great. That's their kind of Korean-made series, which in the UK sell for, you know, around about that sort of £600-800 mark. And then they have an S2 series, which is another American series, but a sort of a slightly more I'm not going to use the word mass-produced, although I just did. But, you know, like a sort of a faster-made American guitar that sit round about the sort of £1,000 to £1,200 mark. And now there's a new addition to the wonderful PRS family with what's called the SE Standard.
So is this up or down from SE?
Down. So this is
really?
This is Indonesian made, using all the same models. It's a smaller range at the moment, but who knows over time whether it'll grow. But there are 3 basic models in the range right now, which is the Custom 24, Custom 22, and over my shoulder the 245.
These are really high quality, Lee.
Yeah, really well made. Now, some of the savings have been made by all these, on all these. So these are all just solid mahogany guitars. So there's no maple caps on any of these. So unlike the range up, where typically the archtop guitars would have a maple cap, it's a flatter arch as well. So there isn't the sort of
curvature.
There isn't the curvature of some of the dearer models. And of course, by building them in Indonesia, there's a labour saving there. But in the UK, these are, I'll get the price in there early because they're great value. In the UK, these are going to be $3.99, including a gig bag.
I'll tell you what, me and Bea have been ripping on these earlier. I'm buying one of them.
Yes, you're
literally going to be buying one of them.
It's a great guitar, very resonant.
But Indonesia's turning out some great guitars at the moment. You know?
Indonesia, it's the new.
It's the new place to build guitars.
Somewhere.
What's this then?
Okay, so we've started. Rob has the SE Standard Custom 24.
Looks Jane's Addiction badass.
Yeah, it's available in several different colours, which will appear on the screen right now. And the reason that we thought we'd start with this one first is, of course, this was pretty much the first guitar that was ever in the Paul Reed Smith catalogue, the Custom 24. So 24 fret, 25-inch scale length, which has always been a sort of a PRS thing. So it's sort of halfway between a Fender scale length and a Gibson scale length. This has a trem on it. In the SE Standard range, the Custom 24 will only be available with a trem, or at least at the moment it's only available with a trem. It has the HFS and vintage bass pickups on it. So vintage bass at the neck, HFS at the bridge.
Really?
HFS.
Hot, fat and screams.
Hot, fat and screams.
Yeah, bro.
Coil taps
so
on
these
there.
are the same pickups that you'd find in a Custom 24?
That's what the spec says, yeah. Well, they're SE versions of those.
Oh, okay. They're not actual PRS full-on.
They're bound to be sort of a Far Eastern made copy of those, but they are still classed as SE, HFS and vintage bass. Rosewood board, mahogany neck. Looks like we've got some sort of, graphite, graph-techy kind of nut on here.
Nicely cut.
All nice finish. I mean, nicely made. The silver one's probably the most sort of out there finish, and then you've got some classic finishes as well.
Standard sort of thin feeling neck, quite flat radius.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's the other thing again. The Custom 24 model has the wide thin profile. Again, these are all things, if you go up into the American range, you can choose. You can say, look, I want a Custom 24 with a wide thin or a pattern or a wide fat and trem or non-trem, different pickups, Obviously, as the range goes down to this level, you just get, it's one option in different colours. But wide thin, so quite a contemporary vibe. So let's hear before we move on to my red one, which is its sort of, brother, baby brother, sort of.
Baby brother.
Let's hear the tone. Hear some cleans?
No! Wait a minute.
I tried, everybody.
Wait. What I mean is, I'll back off the volume a little bit. Now in the middle position. In the neck position. Everything about this is right.
What do you think Gary Barlow would have to say about this?
That is fantastic.
Okay, so the second guitar that I have, or that we have here today, is the guitar that came out the PRS factory, kind of sort of short, well, second essentially. I don't know how many years separated the two, but a 22 fret version.
Oh,
so
this is mint.
This again is available in a number of different colours, which you can see now. It's not that different in terms of sort of tones to the 24, but here's the basic difference. So I've got 22 frets instead of 24. What that then does, to compensate for the two less frets, the position of the bridge and the relative positions of the treble and bass pickup are a bit different. So there's a little bit more distance between the two pickups on the 22 than there is on the 24, which means that you just get some slightly different kind of tones. The top fret access on this is really easy because it's not, it hasn't sort of disappeared into the body too far.
That is fantastic.
My access is like none more accessy.
Oh, you like it, do you? But you can
Well, I mean,
you can see it's slightly further into the body. Same pickups, so HFS and vintage bass. Now we only have the option on this guitar of the wraparound compensated tailpiece. So again, intonation is fine.
That's a great chunky wraparound though. It's like a Christmas chunky knit.
And I still have, I thought I had coil taps, but I don't have coil taps on this one. I do apologise. So perhaps you might describe this as a slightly more vintage kind of vibe. Still solid mahogany. Oh, and of course the other important thing, this is only available with a wide fat neck. So a little bit slimmer, that one is. Not a lot in it, is there? But not a lot in it. So I'm running through. Rob, by the way, was running through his Victory Silverback.
Victory Silverback loves a PRS up it.
I'm just using the classic old Fender Hot Rod Deluxe with a Stax Master and an EP boost for drive. So here's my neck pickup. Pretty much what you'd expect. The bridge pickup. And a blend of the two together. Almost sounds like it's coil split in the middle or something.
Yeah.
I'm looking, I
Great
said there's
tones.
not a lot of information on these on the PRS website on the day we're shooting this because they're like a hot release. So I'll go and double check that for you and make sure in the spec on the Andertons site it's right. But it sounds to me like that's full humbucker, that's full humbucker, and possibly that's just maybe splitting the
I think
two
it's
and
the
getting
outside
like
coils.
something like that. So that's a great feature. Again, if you want to use it with some drive, just a little bit of. Great to play though. And as you may have heard in a jam that we've either done or are about to do, it does some fat stuff as well. This is plenty of gain, but yeah. So that through the right amplifier will certainly give you some beasts of a tone.
Can I have a little play on it?
Of course,
I'd love to just have. I just want to have a little shifty with the 22. Everything.
They all seem to want to do that.
That one does it the most.
Yeah, I mean, we're not that loud in here, to be honest with you. Again, sort of loud practice stroke low rehearsal type volume,
Yeah,
they're all singing.
Absolute shredders. Oh dear.
Fantastic.
If I was on a budget and I didn't own a guitar company, I would absolutely go for one of these.
Just notice as well, we've got different switches, so that the 24 has like a blade style switch, and the 22 has more of like a Les Paul style switch. That one sounds to me a little darker than this one.
Yeah, it is.
I shouldn't make a big difference maybe, but
Position of the humbucker.
Yeah. So, and if you want to hear this one kind of clean and coil taps and stuff. Plenty of tones out of this.
Yeah.
Nice for blues and. I noticed this on the PRS S2 Myra, which was incredibly light. I don't know what sort of brand of mahogany, or not brand is the wrong word, but what source of mahogany they're using. But they're very lightweight, aren't they? And they seem to resonate, in a really fantastic way for sustain. But anyway, so custom 24, custom 22. Now these are sort of proper, old school style PRS designs that you're probably very familiar with. If you're a PRS fan, you'll be familiar with this. If you're not a PRS fan, you might go, oh, it looks like a Les Paul to me. So this is called the 245. PRS did this, crikey, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe 10, 12 years ago. Now the 245 is essentially a reference to its scale length, because this is a 24.5-inch scale length. So actually a smidgen shorter than a Les Paul, but very much a nod towards the guy that would look at perhaps something like this and go, yeah, do you know what, it's a nice guitar, but I just fancy something that's single cut, maybe a bit fatter. Maybe you are more of a Les Paul fan.
Well, Paul says it gives you more of a kind of hoopy, scoopy tone.
A hoopy, scoopy tone.
And I think he's absolutely right. There's something kind of...
But this is thicker. If you want to show him, in fact, let's show him the side view. So can you see, you got a little bit...
That's about a Big Mac. That's
like a cheeseburger.
That's like a cheeseburger, yeah.
Only available with the wraparound tailpiece. As I said, the shorter scale length, and different pickups on this one. So these are just classed as SE humbuckers as opposed to an HFS and a vintage bass.
These pickups, man.
Toggle switch is in a very familiar position. I don't think there's coil taps or anything on there. Rob will just confirm. All mahogany body. So again, if you look at some of the 245s higher up the PRS range, you'll see them with the maple cap, but you won't get that on these. But still, great guitar. Bound neck with a gig bag, same price as these two, so $3.99.
Great fret job.
Yeah, they've done a great job. They really have. They've uncovered a new gem in Asia, haven't they, for building guitars? Built by P.T. Wildwood in Indonesia, it says here.
They did a very good job. Let me give you some tones.
Yeah, some tones.
What I want to show them, we did a jam where I did this thing. It sounds like, I don't know what they did, these pickups are brilliant. It sounds like it's got a sustainer built into it. Check this out. That made me buy this guitar.
We don't demonstrate many guitars that do that, and we certainly don't demonstrate many £399 guitars that do that.
I have never demonstrated a guitar that did that. Never. Unless it had a sustainer. That's just ridiculous. They've done something great. Let's not forget the amazing...
So this really throws the cat amongst the pigeons, I think, because there's an established kind of set of brands that you could get for sort of, £300 or £400, making some great guitars. Epiphone, ESP, Ibanez, Chapman, Squire,
These are right up there.
This is a serious, you have to, if this is your, if that's your kind of budget for your next purchase, you have to seriously consider one of these. These are really, really
fantastic.
I've been Rob Chapman.
And I've been the captain.
Take it easy, guys.
Happy Christmas.